The top advertising in the media over the years. Introduction. In the chat we will analyze which are the media that have the most publicity and which are the media that have had little publicity. Over the years from 1959 to 2021. We will also analyze how the media has changed over the years, which media are still profitable and which are no longer profitable. So, since 2004, few people have noticed the advertising on the radio. Then this the year with the lowest radio publicity. For 5 years, television has increased its publicity for people, causing an increase over the years. Almost everyone has noticed how Facebook has increased its advertising in 2019, causing not many people to be happy with this change. Since 2007, the magazines have lowered their advertising. Few people continue to use magazines, so they have lots publicity and customers. From 2010 to 2021, the internet has increased advertising almost everyone. Besides, advertising through the internet being the first communication that currently has the most advertising. Before 2004, many people had not received publicity through the internet because not many people had access to the internet that year. Before the internet existed, television had been a largest advertising medium for all people. An example in the year 1959. So continue before 2016. The radio has increased its publicity being 2013, the year in which people received more publicity through the radio. Advertising increased after many people had created accounts on Facebook. For this reason, Facebook was positioned as one of the networks with the most advertising. The publicity decreased after many people had stopped using the magazines, so making this the communication medium with the last publicity throughout the years. And the internet has been growing in users. For this reason, its advertising increased in 2020. Advertising on the radio has been declined for 5 years, with which other means of communication are positioned with better and greater publicity. Advertising on television has been increased for 5 years because of the different people who consume this service. Different magazines have been losing many users for many years. That's why they lower the advertising, because they have different loss due to the lack of users. So because without the internet, television would be the first medium with the most publicity as it is that year. Continue, we can see that in this statistic, the new media are the one that generate the most publicity. So the internet and social networks have positioned themselves as the media, where most of the advertising is seen. This by the people who consume this media. If the other means of communication do not evolve, they will have many lose. An example of this how it is happening to the magazines. In conclusion, this data table, we can say that advertising has been in all media throughout the years, but it has not remained constant since with the new networks. At the moment they are where the put and there is more publicity, leaving other media such as radio, magazine, television with lower publicity, causing that in this moment the publicity be derived to the new technologies and communication media. And a recommendation for the media is that they have to adapt to new technologies, and they have to innovate and evolve to remain constant over the years, because As we can see in this chart, the media that do not innovate in the end will end losing before the new media that arise.